Hello, YouTube land. My name is Jason Young. I'm the artistic director of the Rustic Mechanicals. I want to welcome you to the Rustic Mechanicals YouTube page and to our troupe's first ever play date. Now, the play date that we have for you today is a virtual reading of William Shakespeare's Hamlet that is being performed by our high school apprentice troupe. Now, if I look really tired, it's because I am very tired. So it is late Saturday night at my house. And if you're watching this, then you know the playdate showed up at 6 o'clock on Sunday, February the 28th. And you also know now that we are not live. Instead of recording this live on Zoom, we actually spent almost the entire month of February meeting on various days at various times with our apprentice troupe members. And this is because of technology issues. This is because of their schedule. This is because of my schedule. But during those meetings, we recorded this show. And thanks to the help of my amazing partner in life and partner in crime, Sarah Young, we have, right here at the 11th hour, we have finished editing the show together, and it is premiering here on our YouTube channel for you to see. Now, here's what's important about this play date. This play date is not really meant, I keep saying show, it's not really meant to be a show. What it is meant is, as part of this program for the apprentices, it is meant for you to hear the show. We didn't really do anything funky or special or whoa, interesting on Zoom. There are no props, there's no lighting, there's no scenery. The students did wear some clothes to indicate character so that could maybe help you keep the story straight. But it's really about them delivering the text of this marvelous show and you getting an opportunity, and because it's recorded, them getting an opportunity to hear their work and to hear them speaking the speech trippingly on the tongue. And so I think you'll notice that is our focus as you watch this production of ours. The Apprentice Troupe is a 9-month training program. We are at the end of month 6 for this cohort. We did the sonnet T at the end of the first 3 months. We're now here to the point where we're reading the full show at the end of this 6 months. And then at the end of our last 3-month semester, we will be bringing Hamlet to stage. So the students have worked on the text of this show for about 3 months. And they're at a point now where they're ready to show it out, which is what's happening. And then we're going to take it from where it is and put it on its feet by the end of the spring. And that's the culminating project. So, final thing, this is free. We love that it's free. We hope you enjoy it for free. And I wish all Shakespeare could be free all the time. However, it can't. So if you'll notice, it'll be around. It'll be on the Facebook page. It'll be in the YouTube description. I'll put it over in the YouTube chat a couple times. But if you would like to support this work, you can make a donation to the VTC Legacy Fund, which is the nonprofit arm of the Vintage Theater Company. And the Legacy Fund is sitting over there, and it is raising funds and it is dispersing funds specifically for arts education. And obviously, the Rustic Mechanicals do a lot of that, either with the Apprentice Troupe or with, our ability to take shows into schools and things. So if you appreciate this work, you want to see more work like this happen, then use that PayPal link to the Legacy Fund, make a donation, and keep everything going. I've talked enough, and I'm about out of gas, I'm going to be honest with you. So now it's time for you to enjoy our troupe's first ever play date and our amazing apprentice troupe as they read for you William Shakespeare's Hamlet.
Stand ho, who's there?
Friends to this ground.
And liegemen to the Dane.
Hola, Barnardo.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus.
What, has this thing appeared again tonight?
I have seen nothing.
Horatio says 'tis but our fantasy, therefore I've entreated him along with us to watch the minutes of the night, that again if the apparition come, he may approve our eyes and speak to it.
Tush, tush, 'twill not appear.
Peace, break thee off! Look, where it comes again!
In the same figure like the king that's dead.
Thou art a scholar, speak to it, Horatio.
Looks and now like the king. Mark it, Horatio.
Most like. It harrows me with fear and wonder.
It would be spoke to.
Speak to it, Horatio.
What art thou that usurps this time of night? By heaven, I charge thee, speak.
It is offended.
See, it stalks away.
Yea, speak, speak, I charge thee, speak.
'Tis gone and will not answer.
How now, Horatio? You tremble and look pale. Is this not something more than fantasy?
Is it not like the king?
As thou art to thyself, this bodes some strange eruption to our state. Break we our watch up, and by my advice, let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For upon my life, this spirit dumb to us will speak to him.
Let's do't, I pray.
Though yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be green, and that it is us befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. So we with the wisest sorrow think on him, together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore our sometime sister, now our queen, the imperial jointress to this warlike state, have we as 'twere with a defeated joy, when with an auspicious and a dropping eye, with mirth in funeral and with dirge in marriage, in equal scale weighing delight and dole, taken to wife. For all our thanks. And now, Laertes, what's the news with you? What wouldst thou beg, Laertes?
My dread lord, your leave and favor to return to France, from whence so willingly I came to Denmark to show my duty in your coronation.
Have you your father's leave? What says Polonius?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave.
Take thy fair hour, Laertes. Time be thine, and thy best graces spend it at thy will. But now, my cousin Hamlet and my son.
A little more than kin and less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy nighted color off, and let thine eye look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lids seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis common. All that lives must die.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, why it seems so particular with thee?
Seems, madam. Nay, it is. I know not seems.
We pray you, throw to earth this unprevailing woe and think of us as of a father. For let the world take note. You are the most immediate to our throne, and we beseech you, bend you to remain here in the cheer and comfort of our eye, our chiefest courtier, cousin, and our son.
I pray thee, stay with us. Go not to Wittenberg.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Why, 'tis a loving and a fair reply. Madam, come.
Oh, that this too sullied flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew. Or that the everlasting had not fixed his canon against self-slaughter. Oh, God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. That it should come to this. But 2 months dead. Nay, not so much, not 2, so excellent a king that was to this Hyperion, to a satyr, so loving to my mother that he might not beteem the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly. Heaven and earth, let me not think on't. Frailty thy name is, woman. A little month or ere those shoes were old with which she followed my poor father's body. Why she, a beast that once discourse of reason would have mourned longer, married with my uncle, my father's brother, but no more like my father than I to Hercules. Within a month. But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship.
I am glad to see you well. Horatio, or do I forget myself?
The same, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
Sir, my good friend. And what make you from Wittenberg, Horatio? I am very glad to see you. Marcellus, Barnardo, but what is your affair in Elsinore?
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
I prithee, do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. Would I had met my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I had seen that day, Horatio. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father.
2 nights together had these gentlemen, in the dead waste and middle of the night, been thus encountered. A figure, like your father, appears before them, and with solemn march goes slow and stately by them. This to me in dreadful secrecy impart they did, and I with them the 3rd night kept the watch, where, as they had delivered both in time, the apparition comes.
Did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did, but answer it made none.
'Tis very strange.
As I do live, my honored lord, 'tis true.
Hold you the watch tonight.
We do, my lord.
I will watch tonight. Perchance 'twill walk again.
I warrant it will.
If it assume my noble father's person, I'll speak to it, though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. I pray you all, if you have hitherto concealed this sight, let it be tenable in your silence still.
Our duty to your honor.
Your love's as mine to you. Farewell. My father's spirit in arms. All is not well.
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell. And sister, as the winds give benefit and convey its assistant, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet and the trifling of his favor, hold it a fashion and a toy in blood. No more.
No more, but so.
Think it no more. Perhaps he loves you now, but you must fear. His greatness weighed, his will is not his own. Then weigh what loss your honor may sustain, if with too credent ear you list his songs, or lose your heart, or your chaste treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, Ophelia. Fear it, my dear sister, and keep you in the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart.
Yet here, Laertes! Aboard, for shame! The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for. There, my blessing with thee, and these few precepts in thy memory. Look thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, bear that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day, Thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, my blessing season this in thee.
Most humbly do I take my leave, my lord. Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
What is't, Ophelia, he hath said to you?
So please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet.
'Tis told me he hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you yourself have of your audiences been most free and bounteous. What is between you? Give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection. You speak like a green girl. And do you believe his tenders, as you call them?
My lord, he hath importuned me with love in honorable fashion.
These blazes, daughter, you must not take for fire. As for the Lord Hamlet, do not believe his vows. This is for all. I would not, in plain terms, from this time forth, have you so slander any moment of leisure as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to't, I charge you, come your ways.
I shall obey, my lord.
The air bites shrewdly. It is very cold. What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12.
No, it is struck.
It then draws near the season wherein the spirit held his wont to walk. Look, my lord, it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thou a spirit of health or goblin damned, thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet, King, Father, Royal Dane. Oh, answer me. Let me not burst in ignorance, but tell why thy canonized bones, hersed in death, have burst their cerements, why the sepulchre hath opened its ponderous and marble jaws to cast thee up again. What may this mean?
It beckons you to go away with it.
But do not go with it.
It will not speak. Then I will follow it.
Do not, my lord.
Why? What should be the fear?
What if it tempt you toward the flood, my lord, or to the dreadful summit of the cliff and draw you into madness? Think of it.
It waves me still. Go on. I'll follow thee. Hold off your hands. I say away. Go on. I'll follow thee.
He waxes desperate with imagination.
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. Let's follow him.
Whither wilt thou lead me? Speak. I'll go no further.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour's almost come.
Speak. I am bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear. I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. List, list, oh list, if thou didst ever thy dear father love.
Oh God.
Revenge his foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder.
Murder most foul, as in the best it is, but this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Haste me to note that I with wings as swift as meditation or the thoughts of love may sweep to my revenge.
Now, Hamlet, hear. 'Tis given out that sleeping in my orchard a serpent stung me, but no, thou noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle.
I, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wits, with traitorous gifts. Oh, wicked wit and gifts that have the power so to seduce, one to his shameful lust, the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there! But soft, methinks I scent the morning air. Brief, let me be. Sleeping within my orchard, my custom, always of the afternoon. Upon my secure hour, thy uncle stole, with juice of cursed Hebena in a vial, and in the porches of my ears did pour the leprous distilment. Thus was I, sleeping by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen, at once dispatched. O horrible, most horrible! But howsomever thou pursues this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven. The glowworm shows the matin to be near. Adieu, adieu, adieu. Remember me.
Oh, all you host of heaven. Oh, earth. What else? And shall I couple hell? Oh, fie! Hold, my heart. Remember thee? I, thou poor ghost, and thy commandment all alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain. Oh, villain, villain, smiling, damned villain. So, uncle, there you are. Now to my word, it is adieu, adieu. Remember me. I have sworn.
What news, my lord?
Oh, wonderful.
Good, my lord, tell it.
Never a villain dwelling in all Denmark, but he's an errant knave.
There needs no ghost, my lord, come from the grave to tell us this.
Why? Right. You are in the right. It is an honest ghost. That let me tell you. For your desire to know what is between us, or master it as you may. And now, good friends, as you are friends, scholars, and soldiers, give me one poor request.
What is, my lord, we will.
Never make known what you have seen tonight.
My lord, we will not.
Nay, but swear't, upon my sword.
But we have sworn already, my lord.
Swear!
Come on, you hear this fellow in the cellarage. Consent to swear.
Swear!
Come hither, gentlemen, and place your hands again upon my sword. Never to speak of this that you have heard. Swear by my sword.
Swear!
Oh, day and night, but this is wondrous strange.
And therefore, as a stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. But come, how strange or odd some'er I bear myself, as I perchance hereafter shall think meet to put an antic disposition on, that you, at such times seeing me, never note that you know aught of me. This do swear.
Swear!
Rest, rest, perturbed spirit. So, gentlemen, with all my love, I do commend me to you. The time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite, that ever I was born to set it right.
My lord, I have been so affrighted.
With what? In the name of God?
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all unbraced, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous in purport, as if he had been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love.
My lord, I do not know.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard, then falls to such perusal of my face as he would draw it. Long stayed he so. At last, a little shaking of mine arm, he raised a sigh so piteous and profound, as it did seem to shatter all his bulk and end his being. That done, he lets me go, and seemed to find his way without his eyes. For out o' doors he went without their helps, and to the last bended their light on me.
This is the very ecstasy of love. What, hath you given him any hard words of late?
No, my good lord, but as you did command, I did repel his letters and denied his access to me.
That hath made him mad. I am sorry that with better heed and judgment I had not quoted him. I feared he did but trifle. Come, go we to the king. This must be known.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. The need we have to use you did provoke our hasty sending. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation, so call it, what it should be, more than his father's death, that thus hath put him so much from himself I cannot dream of. I entreat you both, that being of so young days brought up with him, to draw him on to pleasures, and to gather so much as from occasion you may glean, whether aught to us unknown afflicts him thus, that opened lies within our remedy.
Good gentlemen, he hath much talked of you, and sure I am two men there is not living, whom he more hears. If it will please you to show us much gentry and goodwill, your visitation shall receive much thanks as fits a king remembrance.
We both obey, and here give up ourselves.
Thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz. And I receive you instantly to visit my much changed son.
Heavens make our presence and our practices pleasant and helpful to him.
Amen.
Assure you, my good liege, I hold my duty as I hold my soul, both to my God and to my gracious king. And I do think, my lord, that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that. That do I long to hear.
I doubt it is no other but the main, his father's death and our most hasty marriage.
My liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night night, and time is time, were nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. That he is mad, 'tis true, 'tis true, 'tis pity, and pity 'tis true. And now remains we find the cause of this effect, or rather say the cause of this defect, for this defect comes by cause. I have a daughter, while she is still mine, hath given me this. Now gather and surmise. To the celestial, and my soul is an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase. But you shall hear thus. In her excellent white bosom, these gifts of mine own.
To her?
Good madam, stay a while, I will be faithful. Ahem, oh dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I have not outreckoned my groans, but that I love thee best. Oh, most best, believe it, adieu. Thine evermore, most dear lady, whilst in this machine to him, Hamlet, this in obedience hath my daughter shown me.
But how hath she received his love?
Oh, my young mistress, thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince out of thy star, this must not be. And then I prescripts gave her that she should lock herself from his resort, and he, repelled, fell into sadness, into madness, where now when he raves, and we all mourn for.
Do you think 'tis this?
May be very like.
How may we try it further?
You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours together here in the lobby.
So he does indeed.
At such time, I'll loose my daughter to him, and be you and I behind the arras to mark the encounter.
We will try it.
But look where sadly the poor wretch comes reading.
I'll board him presently. How does the good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God of mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent well. You are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord?
Aye, sir. To be honest as this world goes is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
Very true, my lord.
Have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk of the sun. The conception is a blessing, but as your daughter may conceive, friend, look to't.
How say you by that? Still harping on my daughter? Yet he knew not me at first. He said I was a fishmonger. He is far gone. What do you read, my lord?
Words, words, words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
The matter that which you read, my lord.
Slanders, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have gray beards, that their faces are wrinkled, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hams. For yourself, sir, shall grow old as I am, if, like a crab, you could go backward.
Though this be madness, yet there is method in it. Will you walk out the air, my lord?
Into my grave?
Indeed, that is out in the air, my lord. I will take my leave of you.
You cannot, sir, take from me anything that I will more willingly part withal. Except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Fare you well, my lord.
These tedious old fools. My excellent good friends, how dost thou, Guildenstern? Ah, Rosencrantz. Good lads, how do you both?
As indifferent as the children of the earth.
Happy in that we are not over happy.
What news?
None, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
Then is doomsday near. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord?
Denmark's a prison.
We think not so, my lord.
Why, then, 'tis none to you, for there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it is a prison.
Why, then your ambition makes it one. 'Tis too narrow for your mind.
Oh God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams. What make you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord, no other occasion.
Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining?
What should we say, my lord?
I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. If you love me, hold not off.
My lord, we were sent for.
And I will tell you why. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth. And, indeed, it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof, fretted with golden fire, why, it appeareth nothing to me but a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me, no, nor women neither, though by your smiling you seem to say so.
My lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why did you laugh then when I said man delights not me?
To think, my lord, if you delight not in man, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you. Hither are they coming to offer you service?
He that plays the king shall be welcome. You are welcome to Elsinore, but my uncle, father, and aunt mother are deceived.
In what, my dear lord?
I am but mad north-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw.
The actors are come hither, my lord.
You are welcome, masters. Welcome all. Come, a passionate speech.
What speech, my good lord?
I heard thee speak me a speech once, but it was never acted. But it was an excellent play. Let me see. It begins with Pyrrhus.
Anon he finds him striking too short at Greeks. His antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls. Repugnant to command, unequal matched, Pyrrhus at Priam drives, in rage strikes wide. But with the whiff and wind of his fell sword, the nerved father falls.
Say on. Come to Hecuba.
But who, ah woe, had seen the moblid queen run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames? Who this had seen with tongue in venom steeped, gainst fortune's state would treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamor that she made would have milched the burning eyes of heaven and passion in the gods.
Look where he has not turned his color, and he has tears in his eyes. Prithee thee, no more.
'Tis well. I'll have thee speak out the rest of this soon. Good my lord, will you see the players well bestowed? Do you hear? Let them be well used, for they are the abstract and brief chronicles of the time. Follow him, friends. We'll hear a play tomorrow. Dost thou hear me, old friend? Can you play The Murder of Gonzago?
Aye, my lord.
You could, for a need, study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines, which I would set down and insert in. Could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Very well. Follow that lord, and look you mock him not. My good friends, I'll leave you till night. You are welcome to Elsinore.
Good, my lord.
Now I am alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. Is it not monstrous that this player here could force his soul so to his own conceit, tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and all for nothing? For Hecuba. What's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have? He would drown the stage with tears. Yet I can say nothing. No, not for a king upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Swoons, I should take it, for it cannot be but I am pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter. Or ere this, I should have fatted all the region kites with this slave's offal. Bloody, bawdy villain, remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain, oh vengeance! Why, what an ass am I? This is most brave, that I, the son of a dear father murdered, must like a whore unpack my heart with words and fall a-cursing like a very drab. Fie upon't! Foe, about I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. If he do blench, I know my course. The play's the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
Sweet Gertrude, leave us, for we have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that he, as 'twere by accident, may here affront Ophelia. Her father and myself will so bestow ourselves, that, seeing unseen, we may of their encounter frankly judge, if 't be the affliction of his love or no, that thus he suffers for.
I shall obey you. And for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness.
Madam, I wish it may.
Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious, so please you, we will bestow ourselves.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and, by opposing, end them. To die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrongs, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of? Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pitch and moment with this regard, their currents turn awry and lose the name of action.
Good, my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did, and with them of words so sweet breath composed, that made the things more rich. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord.
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Farewell. If thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plague for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery. Farewell. Or if thou wilt needs marry, marry a fool. For wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery go, and quickly too. Farewell.
Heavenly powers restore him.
God hath given you one face, and you make yourselves another. Go to, I'll no more on, it hath made me mad. I say we will have no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery, go!
What a noble mind is here o'erthrown! And I of ladies most deject and wretched, that sucked the honey of his music vows, now see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells, jangled out of time and harsh. That unmatched form and stature of blown youth blasted with ecstasy, oh woe is me, to have seen what I have seen. See what I see.
Love? His affections do not that way tend. There's something in his soul, will be some danger, which for to prevent, thus set it down. He shall with speed to England. Haply the seas and country shall expel this something settled matter in his heart.
My lord, do as you please. But if you hold it fit, after the play, let his queen mother all alone entreat him to show his grief.
It shall be so. Madness in great ones must not unwatched go.
Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you, trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it, as many of our players do, I had as lief the town crier spoke my lines. Nor do not saw the air too much with your hand thus, but use all gently. For in the very torrent, tempest, and as I may say, whirlwind of your passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it smoothness. Suit the action to the word to the action, with this special observance, that you o'erstep not the modesty of nature. For anything so o'erdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end was and is to hold, as 'twere, the mirror up to nature. Go, make you ready. But what ho, Horatio?
Here, sweet lord, at your service.
There is a play tonight before the king. One scene of it comes near the circumstance which I have told thee of my father's death. I prithee, when thou seest that act afoot, even with the very comment of thy soul, observe my uncle. If his occulted guilt do not itself unkindle in one speech, it is a damned ghost that we have seen.
If he steal aught the whilst this play is playing and scape detecting, I will pay the theft.
They are coming to the play.
How fares our cousin Hamlet?
Excellent, i' faith, of the chameleon's dish. I eat the air, promise crammed.
I have nothing with this answer, Hamlet. These words are not mine.
No, nor mine now. Be the players ready?
Aye, my lord, they stay upon your patience.
Come hither, my dear Hamlet. Sit by me.
Oh, good mother. Here's metal more attractive. Lady, shall I lie in your lap?
No, my lord.
I mean, my head upon your lap.
I, my lord.
Do you think I meant country matters?
I think nothing, my lord.
That's a fair thought to lie between maids' legs.
What is, my lord?
Nothing.
You are merry, my lord.
What should a man do but be merry? For look you, how cheerfully my mother looks, and my father died within these 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
So long? Oh, heavens, died 2 months ago and not forgotten yet?
For us and for our tragedy, we beg your hearing patiently.
Is this a prologue or the posy of a ring?
'Tis brief, my lord.
As woman's love.
So many journeys may the sun and moon make us again count o'er ere love be done. But woe is me! You are so sick of late, so far from cheer and from your former state. And what my love is, proof hath made you know. And as my love is sized, my fear is so.
Faith, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too, and thou shalt live in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, and happy as one kind, for husband shalt thou.
Oh, confound the rest! Such love must needs be treason in my breast. In second husband let me be accursed. None wed the second but who killed the first. A second time I kill my husband dead, when second husband kisses me in bed.
'Tis deeply sworn. Sweet, leave me here a while. My spirits grow dull, and I would fain beguile the tedious day with sleep.
Sleep rock thy brain, and never come mischance between us twain.
Madam, how like you this play?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Oh, but she'll keep her word.
Have you heard the argument? Is there no offense in it?
No, they do but jest. Poison in jest.
What do you call the play?
The Mousetrap. This play is the image of a murder done in Vienna. This is but one Lucianus, nephew to the king.
You are as good as a chorus, my lord.
I could interpret between you and your love if I could see the puppet stallion. Begin, murderer.
Thou mixture rank of midnight weeds collected, with Hecate's man thrice blasted, thrice infected, thy natural magic and dire property on wholesome life usurp immediately.
He poisons him in the garden for his estate. His name's Gonzago. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzago's wife.
The king rises.
How fares, my lord?
Give me some light. Away.
Oh, good Horatio, I'll take the ghost's word for 1,000 pound. Didst perceive?
Very well, my lord.
Upon the talk of poisoning?
I did very well note him.
Come, some music. Come, the recorders.
Good, my lord. The king, sir,
Aye, sir. What of him?
is in his retirement marvelous distempered.
With drink, sir?
No, my lord, with choler.
Your wisdom should signify this to the doctor.
Good, my lord. The queen your mother in most great affliction of spirit hath sent me to you.
You are welcome.
Nay, good, my lord. If it shall please you to make me a wholesome answer, I will do your mother's commandments. If not, your pardon and my return shall be the end of my business.
Sir, I cannot.
What, my lord?
Make you a wholesome answer. My wit's deceased. But, sir, my mother, you say...
She desires to speak with you in your closet ere you go to bed.
We shall obey. Have you any further trade with us?
Good, my lord, what is your cause of distemper? You surely do bar the door upon your own liberty if you deny your griefs to your friend.
Will you play upon this pipe?
My lord, I cannot.
I do beseech you.
I know no touch of it, my lord.
It is as easy as lying. Govern these ventages with your finger and thumb. Give it breath with your mouth, and it will discourse most eloquent music.
But these cannot I command to any harmony. I have not the skill.
Why? Look how unworthy a thing you make of me. You would play upon me. You would seem to know my stops. S'blood, do you think I am easier to be played on than a pipe? Call me what instrument you will. Though you can fret me, you cannot play upon me.
My lord, the queen would speak with you, and presently.
Do you see yonder cloud that's almost in the shape of a camel?
By mass, 'tis like a camel indeed.
Methinks it is like a weasel.
It is backed like a weasel,
Or like a whale.
very like a whale.
Then I will come to my mother by and by. Leave me, friends. 'Tis now the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes out contagion to this world. Now to my mother. O heart, lose not thy nature. I will speak daggers to her, but use none.
I like him not, nor stands it safe with us to let his madness range. Therefore prepare you. I your commission will forthwith dispatch, and he to England shall along with you.
We will haste us.
My lord, he's going to his mother's closet. I'll convey myself behind the heiress to hear the process.
Thanks, dear my lord. Oh, my offense is rank. It smells to heaven, and hath the primal eldest curse upon't. A brother's murder. What form of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder, that cannot be, for I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, mine own ambition, and my queen. May one be pardoned and retain the offense? Try what repentance can. What can it not? Yet, what can it when one cannot repent? Oh, wretched state! Oh, bosom black as death! Bow, stubborn knees, and heart with strings of steel, be soft as sinews of the newborn babe. All may be well.
Now might I do it, Pat. Now he is a praying, and now I'll do't. And so he goes to heaven. A villain kills my father, and for that, I, his sole son, do this same villain send to heaven? No. Up, sword, And know thou a more horrid hint, when he is drunk asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, then trip him, that his heels may kick at heaven, and that his soul may be as damned and black as hell whereto it goes.
My words fly up, my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go.
Tell him his pranks have gone too far to bear with. I'll silence me even here.
Fear me not. Withdraw, I hear him coming.
Now, mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now, Hamlet? Have you forgot me?
No, by the rude not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife. And would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come, and sit you down. You shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass where you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me? Help, ho!
What? Ho! Help!
How now? A rat? Dead for a ducat, dead!
Oh! I am slain!
Oh, me, what hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this?
A bloody deed. Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Aye, lady, it was my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. Leave wringing of your hands. Peace, sit you down, and let me wring your heart, for so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff.
What have I done, that thou dost wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty. Look here upon this picture, and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on this brow. This was your husband. Look you now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear, blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? You cannot call it love. And what judgment would step from this to this? Oh, shame, where is thy blush?
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turnest my eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and tinted spots as will not leave their tint.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an enseamed bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty sty.
Oh, speak to me no more. These words like daggers enter in my ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
Save me and hover o'er me with your wings, you heavenly guards. What would your gracious figure?
Alack, he's mad.
Do you not come your tardy son to chide? Oh, say!
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you, that you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with thy incorporeal air do hold discourse? O gentle son, whereon do you look?
On him. On him. Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all, yet all that is I see.
Why, look you there. Look how it steals away. My father in his habit as he lived.
This is the very cornage of your brain.
My pulse as yours doth temperately keep time, and makes as healthful music. It is not madness that I have uttered. Mother, for love of grace, confess yourself to heaven. Repent what's past. Avoid what is to come.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Oh, throw away the worser part of it, and live the purer with the other half. Once more, good night. For this same Lord I will bestow him, and will answer well the death I gave him. One more word, good lady.
What shall I do?
Let the bloat king tempt you again to bed, and make you to ravel all this matter out, that I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft. 'Twere good you let him know.
Be thou assured, if words be made of breath, and breath of life, I have no life to breathe what thou hast said to me.
I must to England. You know that?
Alack, I had forgot. 'Tis so concluded on.
There's letters sealed. And my two schoolfellows, whom I will trust as I will adders fanged, they bear the mandate. This man shall set me packing. Come, sir, to draw toward an end with you. Good night, mother.
Ah, my own lord, what have I seen tonight?
What, Gertrude? How does Hamlet?
Mad as the sea and wind in his lawless fit, behind the arras hearing something stir, whips out his rapier and cries, a rat, and in this poignant apprehension kills the unseen good old man.
Oh, heavy deed! Where is he gone?
To draw apart the body he hath killed.
The sun no sooner shall the mountains touch, but we will ship him hence. And this vile deed we must, with all our majesty and skill, both countenance and excuse. Oh, come away. Now, Hamlet, where's Polonius?
At supper.
At supper where?
Not where he eats, but where he is eaten. A certain convocation of politic worms are eating at him.
Alas, alas, where is Polonius?
In heaven. Send thither to see. If your messenger find him not there, seek him in the other place yourself. But if indeed you find him not within this month, you shall nose him as you go up the stairs into the lobby.
Go, seek him there.
He will stay till you come.
Hamlet, this deed must send thee hence. Therefore prepare thyself. Everything is bent for England.
For England?
Aye, Hamlet.
Good. For England. Farewell, dear mother.
Thy loving father, Hamlet.
My mother. Father and mother is man and wife. Man and wife is one flesh. And so, my mother, come for England.
Follow him at foot. Delay it not. I'll have him hence tonight. Away, pray you. Make haste. And England, thou mayst not coldly set our sovereign process, which imports at full, by letters congruing to that effect, the present death of Hamlet. Do it, England, for like the hectic in my blood he rages, and thou must cure me.
She is importunate, indeed distract. Her mood will needs be pitied.
What would she have?
She speaks much of her father, speaks things in doubt that carry but half sense.
Let her come in. To my sick soul, as sin's true nature is, each choice seems prologue to some great amiss. How now, Ophelia?
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
Alas, sweet lady, what imports this song?
Say you, nay pray you mark.
Alas, look here, my lord.
How do you, pretty lady?
Well, God dilled you. They say the owl was a baker's daughter. Lord, we know what we are, but not what we may be. God be at your table.
Conceit upon her father.
Pray you, let's have no words of this.
Pretty Ophelia,
Indeed, without an oath, I'll make end on't.
how long hath she been thus?
We must be patient, but I cannot choose but weep to think they laid him in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night.
Follow her close. Give her good watch, I pray you. Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death.
Alack, what noise is this?
Oh, thou vile king, give me my father.
Calmly, good Laertes.
Why thou art thus incensed? Let him go, Gertrude.
Where is my father?
Dead.
But not by him.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with to hell allegiance. I'll be revenged, most throughly for my father.
Good Laertes, if you desire to know the certainty of your father's death, it's writ in your revenge that swoop stake you will draw both friend and foe, winner and loser.
To his good friends, thus wide I'll ope my arms, and like the kind life-rendering pelican, repass them with my blood.
Why, now you speak like a good child and a true gentleman, that I am guiltless of your father's death. It shall as level to your judgment peer as day does to your eye.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
Oh, heat, dry up my brains. Oh, rose of May, dear May, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. Oh, heavens, is possible a young maid's wit should be as mortal as an old man's life?
There's rosemary. That's for remembrance. Pray you, love, remember. And there's pansies. That's for thoughts. There's a daisy. I would give you some violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end.
Do you see this, oh God?
Laertes, I must commune with your grief.
His means of death, his obscure funeral, no noble rite nor formal ostentation, that I must call it in question.
So you shall. And where the offense is, let the great axe fall. I pray you, go with me.
Horatio, when thou shalt have overlooked this, let the king have the letters I have sent, and repair thou to me with as much speed as thou wouldst fly death. I have words to speak in thine ear will make thee dumb, yet are they much too light for the bore of the matter. These good fellows, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell thee. Farewell, he that thou knowest thine, Hamlet.
Now you must put me in your heart for friend, sith you have heard, and with a knowing ear, that he with hath your noble father slain, pursued my life.
It well appears, but tell me why you proceeded not against these feats so criminal and so capital in nature.
The queen, his mother, lives almost by his looks. She's so conjunctive to my life and soul, I could not but buy her. The other motive is the great love and the general gender bear him.
And so have I a noble father lost, a sister driven into desperate terms. But my revenge will come.
Letters, my lord, from Hamlet.
From Hamlet? Laertes, you shall hear them. Leave us. High and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg you to leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet, what should this mean? Are all the rest come back?
I am lost in it, my lord, but let him come. It warms the very sickness in my heart that I shall live and tell him to his teeth, thus diest thou.
Hamlet comes back. What would you undertake to show yourself indeed your father's son, more than in words?
To cut his throat in the church.
No place indeed should murder sanctuarize. Revenge should have no bounds. We'll put on those shall praise your swordsmanship, and wager your heads. He, being remiss, will not pursue the foils, so you may choose a sword unbaited, and in the pass of practice, requite him for your father.
I will do it, and for that purpose I'll anoint my sword. I bought an unction of a mountebank, so mortal that, but dip a knife in it, where it draws blood, no cataplasm so rare can save the thing from death.
Soft, let me see. When in your motion you're hot and dry, and when he calls for a drink, I'll have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose may hold there. How now, sweet queen?
One woe doth tread upon another's heel, so fast they follow. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Drowned? Oh, where?
There is a willow grows a slanty brook, that shows its hoar leaves in the glassy stream. Therewith fantastic garlands did she make, of crowflowers, netties, daisies, and long purples. There, on the pendant boughs, her cornet weeds, clambering to hang, an envious sliver broke, went down her weedish trophies, and herself fell in the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide, and mermaid like a while they bore her up, which time she chanted snatches of old songs, as one incapable of her own distress. But long it could not be till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Alas, then she is drowned.
Drowned.
Too much of water hast thou, poor Ophelia, and therefore I forbid my tears. Adieu, my lord. I have a speech of fire that fain would blaze, but that this folly drowns it.
That skull had a tongue in it and could sing once. Whose grave is this, sirrah?
Mine, sir.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
What woman then?
For none neither.
Who is to be buried in?
One that was a woman, but rest her soul, she is dead.
How long hast thou been gravemaker?
Oh, of all the days the year, I came to the day our last king, Hamlet, overcame Fortinbras. It was the very day that Hamlet was born, he that is mad and sent to England.
Why, Mary, why was he sent into England?
Why? Because he was mad.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
Upon what ground?
Why, here in Denmark.
How long will a man lie in the earth ere he rot?
Faith, if he not be rotten before he dies, he'll last some 8 or 9 years. Here is a skull now that hath lain in the earth for 23 years.
Whose was it?
This same skull, sir, was Sir Yorick Skull, the king's jester.
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest. He hath bore me on his back 1,000 times. Here lie those lips that I have kissed I know not how oft. Where be your jibes now, your songs? To what base uses we may return, Horatio? But soft a while. Here comes the king, the queen, the courtiers. Who is this they follow, and with such maimed rites? This doth betoken the course they follow did with desperate hand fordo its own life. Couch we a while and mark.
What ceremony else?
Her obsequies have been as far enlarged as we have warranty. Her death was doubtful.
Must there no more be done?
No more be done.
Lay her in the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violets spring.
Sweet to the sweet farewell. I hope thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have decked, sweet maid, and not have shrewd thy grave.
What? The fair Ophelia?
Hold off the earth a while, till I have caught her once more in mine arms.
What is he whose grief bears such an emphasis? This is I, Hamlet the Dane.
The devil take thy soul.
Hamlet!
Good my lord, be quiet.
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not with all their quantity of love make up my son. What wilt thou do for her?
Oh, he is mad, Laertes.
For love of God, forbear him.
Would weep? Would fight? Would tear thyself? I'll do't. Dost thou come here to whine? Be buried quick with her, and so will I.
This is mere madness.
What is the reason that you use me thus? I loved you ever. But it is no matter.
I pray thee, good Horatio, wait upon him. Strengthen your patience in our last night's speech. Good Gertrude, set some watch over your son.
I found, Horatio, a royal knavery, an exact command. My head should be struck off.
Is't possible?
Here's the commission. Read it at more leisure.
So Guildenstern and Rosencrantz go to't.
Why, man, they did make love to this employment. They are not near my conscience. Their defeat does by their own insinuation grow.
Why, what a king is this?
He that hath killed my king and whored my proper life, and with such cousinage, is not perfect conscience to quit him with this arm? But I am sorry that to Laertes I forgot myself, Horatio.
Peace, who comes here?
My lord, his majesty bade me signify to you that he has laid a great wager on your head. Sir, here is newly come to court Laertes, an absolute gentleman. You are not ignorant of what excellence Laertes is.
What's his weapon?
Rapier and dagger.
That's two of his weapons. But, well,
The king, sir, hath laid, sir, that in a dozen passes between yourself and him, he shall not exceed you 3 hits. If your lordship would vouchsafe the answer.
let the foils be brought. I will win for him, and I can.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
You will lose, my lord.
I do not think so. Since he went into France, I have been in continual practice. I shall win at the odds.
Nay, good my lord, I will forestall their repair hither and say you are not fit.
Not a whit. There is a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, 'tis not to come. If it be not to come, it will be now. If be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all.
Come, Hamlet, come and take his hand from me.
Give me your pardon, sir. I have done you wrong. But pardoned as you are a gentleman, and you must needs have heard how I am punished with a sore distraction. What have I done that might your nature, honor, and exception roughly awake, I here proclaim was madness. Was't Hamlet wronged, Laertes? Never Hamlet. Who does it then? His madness. If it be so, his madness is poor Hamlet's enemy, that I have shot my arrow o'er the house and hurt my brother.
I am satisfied in nature. His motive in this case should stir me most to my revenge. But in my terms of honor, I stand aloof, and will no reconcilement till by some elder master's unknown honor I have a voice in precedent of peace to keep my name ungored. But till that time I do receive your offered love like love, and will not wrong it.
I embrace it freely, Give us the foils. Come on.
Come, one for me.
Give them the foils, young Osric.
This is too heavy. Let me see another.
This likes me well.
Set me the stoups of wine upon that table. Now the king drinks to Hamlet. Come, begin.
Come on, sir.
Come, my lord.
1.
No.
Judgment.
A hit, a very palpable hit.
Well, again.
Stay, give me drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's to thy health. Give him the cup.
I'll play this bout first. Set it by a while. Come. Another hit. What say you?
A touch, I do confess.
Our son shall win.
He's fat and skank out of breath. Here, Hamlet, tape my napkin, rub thy brow. The queen carols to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Good madam.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
It is the poisoned cup. It is too late.
Come, let me wipe thy face.
My lord, I'll hit him now.
I do not think't.
And yet it is almost against my conscience.
Come, for the third, Laertes. You do but dally. I am afeard you make a wanton of me.
Say you so? Come on, have at you now.
Part them, they are incensed.
Nay, come again.
Look, there, to the queen.
They bleed on both sides. How is it, my lord?
How is it, Laertes?
Osric, I am justly killed with mine own treachery.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
No, the drink. Oh, my dear Hamlet, the drink, I am poisoned.
Oh, villainy. Oh, let the door be locked. Treachery, seek it out.
It is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. The foul practice hath turned itself on me. Lo, here I lie, never to rise again. Thy mother's poison, I can no more. The king's to blame.
The point in venom too. Then, venom, to thy work.
Oh, yet defend me, friends. I am but hurt.
Here, thou incestuous, murderous, damned Dane. Drink off this potion. Is thy union here? Follow my mother.
He is justly served. It is a poison tempered by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death come not upon thee, nor thine on me.
Heaven make thee free of it. I follow thee. I am dead, Horatio. Wretched queen, adieu. Had I but time. But let it be. Horatio, thou livest. Report me and my cause a right to the unsatisfied.
Never believe it. Here's yet some liquor left.
If thou art a man, give me the cup. Let go. By heaven I'll hat. If thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, to tell my story. Oh, I die, Horatio. The potent poison quite o'ercrows my spirit. The rest is silence.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince, and flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.